Hey, I'm Hallie, and in just the last couple of minutes, we're learning a judge wants answers now from the Trump administration in what could be the world's most watched immigration case, taking on a new level of urgency tonight as the president openly flirts with defying a court order and potentially bucking the Constitution if he does. So here's the deal. The courtroom showdown has wrapped up with our team in the room giving us real-time notes. It ended literally probably 4 minutes ago. All of it seeming to hinge on what the word facilitate means. That's after the Trump administration, remember, was ordered to facilitate the return of a wrongly deported man back to the U.S. Doesn't seem like the judge got the answers she wanted here, as Kilmar Abrego Garcia's wife is making this promise. Watch.
I will not stop fighting until I see my husband alive. Our children are asking, when would you come home? And I pray for the day I tell them the time and date that you'll return.
She may not get that answer soon, however, after El Salvador's president says he's not going to send Garcia back to the U.S. And while the administration has acknowledged already in court that Garcia was deported, sent to a notorious maximum security prison because of an administrative error, the White House today is repeatedly insisting it's doing nothing wrong.
The Democrat and media outrage over the deportation of Abrego Garcia, an MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal alien criminal who is hiding in Maryland, has been nothing short of despicable.
Okay, so quick step back here, because there's a lot out there. So what do we know for sure about Garcia? What are the facts here? Here's what we know. We know he came to the United States illegally back in 2011. He was granted legal protected status in 2019. We know he has not been charged with any crime related to alleged gang membership. That's even though Attorney General Pam Bondi says he is a member of MS-13. His family, his attorneys deny that. They say he was actually a victim of MS-13. We also know that the DOJ, not Garcia's lawyers, but the Department of Justice, acknowledged in court that Garcia has been mistakenly deported. What we also know is that this fits into a bigger picture of controversial detainments by the Trump administration. You see the arrests here of 3 students off the street. We have an exclusive update on one of their cases in just a sec. The president also floating the idea of deporting, in his words, homegrown criminals, as we told you about last night. Today, it's something legal experts our team's talking with say is not legal. With data our team's putting together showing the Trump administration is not hitting the numbers it wants to on deportations. All of it probably going to end up here, the Supreme Court. Gabe Gutierrez is at the White House tonight. Gabe, let's start with that court hearing that is wrapping up just minutes ago. No cameras inside, but you have the doc where our team's putting in notes of what the judge said. So what happens here? What is the timeline? What does the judge want to see, and where does this go in the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia?
Hi there, Hallie. Well, yeah, I'm actually looking down at my phone at this Google Doc that we just got several minutes ago. Look, the judge wants this to move quickly. She is not getting the answer she wants from the federal government, and so she is asking for them for expedited discovery here, essentially that she wants some of these answers within the next 2 weeks, and she's ordered some depositions to happen of at least 4 government officials within the next few weeks. Now, the judge here seemed to be frustrated that she wasn't getting answers from the DOJ as to why the Trump administration was not abiding by the Supreme Court's order to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia back here to the U.S. But as you mentioned, the DHS, just shortly before the hearing in a court filing, had said that even if Abrego Garcia came back to the U.S., that he would either then be deported to another country, a third country that isn't El Salvador, or he would be sent back to El Salvador once his legal protected status was revoked, that withholding order that he had been given back in 2019. Now, earlier today, Hallie, I was at the White House at the press briefing, and I asked the press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, why she hadn't released more information about these alleged gang members that were sent to El Salvador when she had released information about other people who were arrested by ICE in the last few days. Here's what she said. Why not release the same information for those who were deported to El Salvador?
Well, first of all, the information was released by the Department of Homeland Security. The individuals on the flights to El Salvador are foreign terrorists, and those are counterterrorism operations. They are much different than the arrests and final order of removals that you see on a day-to-day basis that law enforcement agents are conducting around the country.
Now, Hallie, again, we should point out that Abrego Garcia has not been convicted of any crime in either the U.S. or El Salvador.
So explain what the White House is expecting to do next here, Gabe, because just to be clear, and we laid this out, Abrego Garcia did come to the United States illegally in 2011. 8 years later, he was granted legal, essentially protected status. Is the argument here from the White House that if he does end up back at a port of entry, they would revoke that legal status and send him back to El Salvador? Like, that's what they're trying to say here, that would be the sort of thing that he has done that is not legal?
Right. The question I have is how he would end up in a port of entry, because El Salvador's president said that he will not deport him. It is unclear how he would come back to the United States. The White House saying that it would facilitate it if El Salvador wanted to send him back by providing a plane. But other than that, there's still a lot of questions here about how this moves forward.
And how is the White House addressing this controversy around the idea of deporting, quote unquote, homegrown criminals, Gabe? Because in this instance, we heard the president talk about this yesterday. He's directed his attorney general to look into this. Legal experts today have told NBC News that's probably not constitutional.
Well, Carolyn Levitt today at the press briefing kind of dodged that question. She said that the administration is looking into it. At this point, it appears that it's something that President Trump has floated, but as of now, no firm plan for it, Hallie.
Gabe Gutierrez covering, as we say, what may be the highest profile immigration case in the country right now. Gabe, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.